The wait is finally over. Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest is actually here, and ignoring that it comes out in the middle of the night, I'm very excited for it. When we last saw our guildmates, they were struggling to take down powerful dragon slayers like God Serena, Irene Belsarion, and Acnologia. But with that behind them, our main team of Natsu, Lucy, Gray, Urza, and Wendy are setting sail for a new continent to complete the 100 Year Quest that almost cost Gildarts his life. You'd think on a mission like this, it would be great to get the whole squad together, maybe bring B-Team from the Grand Magic Games. It's a little hard to do an impossible quest with Lucy, Gray, instead of, Mira and Loxus, but hey, what do I know? When our crew arrives on this new land, the Aether Nano in the air is so powerful you can see it floating down like snow. This area is rich with magic, although I'm not sure if it's because of the nearby guild or if the guild was built there because of it. When they enter the oldest wizard guild, they're met by a dragon who tells them the danger they're about to put themselves into. This dragon has seen the fiercest warriors perish on this quest, so what will these 5 and their cats do that's any different? Natsu sniffs out that this ancient dragon is just a boomer in disguise named Elefsaria, who, after some classic Hiro Mashima shenanigans, tells them about the quest. This continent is home to many dragon gods who equal or surpass Acnologia. This continent is home to many dragon gods who equal or surpass Acnologia in his strength. His mission is to eliminate them all. So now we're back to basics. We're focused on the main crew again and embarking on a fantasy quest to slay some dragons. Which, for a bunch of characters with Dragon Slayer magic, you'd think we would have done this before. So if you count other Dragon Slayers as dragons, since they turn into them sometimes, I guess Wendy has the current record of 2, with her fighting both Acnologia and Irene. But I don't remember the dragon stuff after the Grand Magic Games, so who knows? Just tell me in the comments, because I'm sure, God Serena totally did something off-screen, I don't know. Meanwhile, back in Magnolia, a new wizard named Toka joins, and somehow knows about Dark Guild members, but I'm sure that's not suspicious at all. It's just someone we only know from Gray being deep undercover for years. I'm sure they'll find out it's all a big misunderstanding. Literally everyone in the guild except Gajiel and Juvia trusts her immediately with no questions asked, and it's not like these two have extensive histories of working with evil wizards and can spot some warning signs or anything. It's best to not only ignore them, but outwardly threaten or treat them with hostility. In Gultina, we learn that Elefsaria just Giga Chad brute forced himself into learning Dragon Slayer magic, which I really hope we get to see at some point, before immediately failing the vibe check because it's been about 14 seconds and Lucy needs to be harassed. He offers one wish as a reward for sealing away all 5 dragon gods from Gultina and declares that unlike that old deadbeat Gildarts, Natsu and the crew are the only people alive who can complete this mission, and so begins the 100-year quest. I have some more specific thoughts on random parts of this episode, so I'm gonna tie them together as loosely as possible in this new segment called Shit I Really Like. This came out at 6 AM, so do not judge my naming abilities. Or maybe Fairy tell you about some shit I really like. Right off the bat, I love the intro scenes in this episode. It's point for point basically the same as the manga, but hey, 100 Year Quest doesn't seem to get any credit and is just considered like more Fairy Tail slop because saying otherwise is somehow YouTube suicide. The intro scene of Elefsaria leaving a burning forest, declaring magic is not evil and it's up to the wizards to work together to make the world better is great. It is a very short look at a character we don't know yet, but it sets up a nice tone of oncoming danger before we quickly return to classic Fairy Tail vibes. Cutting to the guild, we see 3 new members join. This scene is really fun. Toka gets to play a quick self-insert sort of role, reintroducing the guild members to us. Loxus scares off the 2 other members away, Mira cries at her poor choices of members, Jet and Droy get to be our comedic punching bags, and when we get to the end of the list, one question starts to appear in our heads. Where's Natsu? Which is when we get to the main theme and the announcement of their 100-year quest. Some more let me Fairy tell you about some shit I like. The animation and art style quality is rather refreshing. This style feels a bit more like premium than Eden Zero, and the animation is far above the final season of Fairy Tail so far. The characters just look clean, and not in a sanitized sort of way, just in a this is nice, and I'm happy they're not a PowerPoint slideshow sort of way. It's also a really fun fake out that Gray doesn't think anyone is at the old guild, but Natsu and Wendy both feel a presence. Which would be great hinting that the presence is a dragon if it wasn't actually hinting that Gray desperately needs glasses or eye surgery when there's a giant green dragon with glowing eyes exactly 10 feet in front of his face. Hopefully he fixes that soon, because Gultina is filled with strange fantasy monsters and interesting areas to visit. Just like in the manga, I'm very confused on why Lucy switches back and forth between her old outfit and the much nicer, newer one. She wears it like once in this episode for one scene and immediately changes back. But one thing that has always confused me about Fairy Tail is just how vast and strange the world is, but we almost never see any of it. The funky little monsters are always regulated to side quests that only really exist to space out a couple arcs, so seeing at least a little bit of a focus placed on them in the early chapters and episodes is nice. So what did you think about this first episode? I'm really excited for more to come, maybe just not at 6 in the morning? If you like this video, then make sure to subscribe and consider checking out my upcoming shonen manga Major Roll. And thanks for watching.